Have you ever felt trapped in a toxic relationship, unsure if it's time to walk away, or wondering if there's a higher power guiding your decisions? If you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know how emotionally draining it can be to constantly give without ever receiving the love, respect, or validation you deserve. But what if I told you that there are signs, powerful, spiritual signs, that could be pointing you toward the freedom and peace you've been craving? In this video, we're going to explore 5 profound signs that God might be urging you to leave the narcissist in your life for good. These signs are not just about your well-being. They're a call for spiritual liberation and healing. So, if you're feeling stuck, this video might just be the clarity you need. If you've ever struggled with whether to stay or leave a narcissistic relationship, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Do you feel like there have been moments when something greater than yourself was trying to guide you? Drop a comment below and share your story, whether it's a sign you've recognized or something you're still working through. And if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that empowers you to break free from toxic patterns. Let's create a community where we support each other in our journey toward healing and self-love. Let's dive in. Number 1. Persistent inner peace disruption, spiritual restlessness. One of the most powerful signs that God is urging you to leave a narcissist is when you experience a persistent disruption in your inner peace. Narcissistic relationships are often marked by emotional chaos, manipulation, and unpredictability, leaving you feeling constantly on edge. Over time, this creates a spiritual restlessness, a sense that something is off but you're not sure how to fix it. You might feel disconnected from your inner self, unsure of your thoughts and overwhelmed by confusion or anxiety. This persistent feeling of unrest is not just stress. It's a deep spiritual warning that God is trying to guide you towards clarity and peace. When you are constantly battling emotional turmoil, it's difficult to hear your inner voice, but God uses these feelings of disruption to show you that the current relationship is out of alignment with the peaceful life He wants for you. In moments of deep reflection, you may find yourself questioning why you're constantly unsettled, even when things seem fine on the surface. This spiritual restlessness is often a divine nudge pushing you to make a change. It's a clear sign that your soul is trying to break free from the chaos and move towards something more aligned with your true purpose and peace. When you begin to notice this inner peace disruption, it's time to pause and listen. God doesn't want you to live in confusion or constant emotional exhaustion. Instead, He calls you toward a life of balance, serenity, and emotional healing. Trust that this discomfort is a sign that it's time to walk away, make room for healing, and allow God's peace to guide you toward a healthier, more fulfilling future. Example, maybe you've felt it in your gut during arguments. Something tells you this isn't right, but you're unsure if it's just doubt or real guidance. Number 2. God opens doors to new opportunities for healing. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, it can often feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of emotional turmoil. The toxic dynamics drain you physically, mentally, and spiritually, leaving little room for growth or healing. However, one of the most powerful signs that God wants you to leave the narcissist is when new opportunities for healing begin to appear in your life. These opportunities might manifest as new friendships, a chance to explore therapy, or a path toward a new job or hobby that rekindles your passion and sense of self. These doors don't just open by chance, they are God's way of leading you toward the healing you deserve. When God opens these doors, it's a clear sign that He is guiding you away from the darkness of the narcissistic relationship and toward a life that fosters growth, peace, and restoration. As these opportunities for healing unfold, you may begin to notice a shift in your mindset or perspective. You start to feel empowered, as if the weight that once held you down is being lifted. This isn't a coincidence, it's a divine invitation to step into a new chapter of your life. Whether it's meeting people who genuinely care about you, finding spiritual or emotional support, or discovering tools that help you rebuild your self-worth, These new opportunities are part of God's plan for your restoration. If you feel these doors opening, take them as signs that it's time to let go of the narcissist and embrace a future where you can heal, grow, and thrive in the fullness of God's love and purpose for your life. Example, maybe a new job opportunity, new friendships, or a community of support has appeared just as things started getting worse with the narcissist. These could be divine nudges urging you to take a step toward your own peace and healing. Number 3. Repeated warnings from trusted people. One of the most powerful signs that God is urging you to leave a narcissist is when you repeatedly hear warnings from people who care about you, family, friends, or even spiritual mentors. These are the people who know you best, who have witnessed your struggles, and who want nothing more than to see you happy and healthy. Often, when you're in the midst of a toxic relationship, you might be too emotionally entangled to see the full picture. But when these trusted voices start speaking out, whether it's about the narcissist's behavior, your emotional well-being, or your happiness, pay attention. These are not just opinions, they are divine messages delivered through the people who have your best interest at heart. God often uses others as instruments to help guide you toward what is right for you, especially when you're too clouded by the emotional manipulation of a narcissist to see clearly. Repeated warnings, whether it's a friend telling you you deserve better or a family member urging you to protect your peace, are a sign that God is speaking through them, trying to guide you toward safety and healing. It's easy to dismiss these concerns when you're emotionally invested, but if you hear the same message from multiple trusted sources, it's time to listen. These voices are acting as conduits for divine wisdom, reminding you that your well-being matters. When you ignore these warnings, you may continue down a path of suffering. But when you heed them, you're opening the door to healing, empowerment, and ultimately, the freedom to live a life aligned with God's peace and purpose. Trust these voices. They could be God's way of protecting you from further harm and pushing you toward the love and respect you deserve. Example, have you ever had someone close to you say you deserve better or this relationship is hurting you? These words might be the voice of God through others. Number 4. Feeling drained, emotionally and spiritually. One of the clearest signs that God is calling you to leave a narcissist is when you begin to feel emotionally and spiritually drained. Narcissists are masters of emotional manipulation, and over time their selfish behaviors can slowly erode your sense of self-worth, leaving you exhausted and depleted. You might find yourself constantly giving, sacrificing your energy, and bending over backwards to meet their needs, all while your own emotional and spiritual health deteriorates. This draining effect isn't just fatigue, it's a deep soul, deep exhaustion that affects every part of you. When you're in this kind of relationship, you start to feel like you're pouring from an empty cup, and eventually that lack of emotional and spiritual nourishment takes its toll. If you feel like you're constantly on edge, living in survival mode, or disconnected from your faith, it's a sign that God is trying to alert you that this relationship is damaging your well-being. God designed you to live a life filled with love, joy, and peace, not one of constant emotional depletion. When you feel drained to the point where you have nothing left to give, it's a powerful signal that something is out of balance, and that something is the narcissist in your life. This is not the life God wants for you. God's plan is for you to be whole, thriving, and at peace, not stuck in a cycle of emotional exhaustion. Feeling drained is a clear indicator that it's time to step back, reassess the relationship, and take action to protect your emotional and spiritual health. Trust that God will replenish your energy and spirit when you let go of what's toxic, creating space for healing and renewal in your life. Example, if your daily life feels like you're just surviving instead of thriving, you're constantly exhausted, overwhelmed, and disconnected, this is not the life God has planned for you. Number 5. A sudden surge of clarity and strength to leave. At times, when you're trapped in a narcissistic relationship, the emotional fog can make it nearly impossible to see things clearly. But then, almost out of nowhere, you experience a sudden surge of clarity. It's like a light bulb turning on inside your mind and soul. Suddenly, the truth becomes undeniable: you deserve better, and this toxic relationship is no longer serving you. This clarity isn't just about recognizing the reality of the situation, it's a divine intervention. A powerful moment where God reveals the truth and empowers you to take the next step. It may feel like a spiritual awakening, where you finally understand your worth, your needs, and the importance of walking away for your own well-being. This surge of insight is God giving you the strength to make the tough decision to leave, even when fear or doubt might have held you back before. Along with this clarity, you may feel a newfound strength that wasn't there before. It's as if the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders, and you finally find the courage to break free from the chains of manipulation and control. This strength comes from within, but it's also divine. God is supporting you in this moment, guiding you toward a healthier, more peaceful future. The surge of clarity and strength to leave a narcissist is its divine push toward freedom, healing, and a future filled with love and respect. When you feel this powerful shift, trust that it's God's way of empowering you to step into a life of self-love, growth, and restoration. Example, maybe one day, after a long period of doubt, you wake up and suddenly realize, I deserve better. I am worthy of love and respect. This moment of clarity is your spiritual breakthrough. If you've recognized any of these signs in your life, it's time to listen to that inner voice and, more importantly, to listen to God's guidance. God's plan for you is one of peace, love, and fulfillment, not constant conflict and emotional turmoil. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist and these signs are showing up, it's time to take that step towards freedom. And remember, you are never alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message. And don't forget to comment below. Let's continue the conversation and support each other on the path to healing.